My stuff together.
Yeah.
Talk about what just happened there. Explain that to everybody.
All right, guys. So I don't know if you all saw that, but as Brett was putting on the hobbles, I wasn't really paying attention, and I went and stepped on my horse. And I thought he had the hobbles on, so as I stepped on my horse, that mare saw me lift up behind her, and then she took a step or two and kind of got bothered about it. And what Brett did there was the right thing. He just reset her feet, got her back in place, put the hobbles back on. There's no correction, there was nothing. It was just redirect her attention back to what we're doing and go on with it.
The reason I wanted Cliff to bring that up and say something about it is he said, "I'm sorry, that was my fault." And I said, "Yeah, I saw you." I had my head down. This is Colt starting 101. I had my head down doing something here. I'm still looking as much as my vision allows
Head on
me
a
to.
swivel.
I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to look at whatever happens.
Yep.
And so when something like that happens, which sometimes people just forget or don't, stuff happens. So I saw him getting on his horse, and I pushed on her, so that way when she did something, she'd push me away. Mm-hmm. It's just awareness, just situational awareness. But I wanted to bring it up because
it's good.
Because that stuff's real important. Now you said she has been ridden in a snaffle bit a little bit.
She's been driven in one.
Driven
She's
in
worn
one.
it. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what we got. See if we can get it done. So we hobbled her yesterday. I've gone out of my way to do this, to hobble her, walk off, leave her, make her be responsible for herself. And she's happy.
Yeah, literally licking and
answer.
chewing as you're standing there.
Yeah, she knows what the answer is. There's another thing there too. First couple times we saddle them, we set it on. But now that she's starting to be responsible for herself and just get broke, it's time.
Yep.
Questions, comments? What is the price of tea in India? $16 per kilogram.
Are you going to ride her in the rope halter?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna play this by ear. So I'm gonna unhobble her. Cliff's gonna move her around. We're collectively gonna make a decision about what's going on.
Let's, I think it'd be good for everybody to see. Let's in the way to check her out in that snaffle, let's tie her around to her tail and stuff.
I had every intention of doing that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If collectively, and I wanna say collectively as often as I can in this conversation, is because
Hey, Jamie.
End of the day,
Jamie.
This is Cliff's problem. I don't want to do something to try to show off.
And stick in that panel. See how it's bent back in the corner there. We moved it last night for a feeder, but you just cut those strings here.
Before, hey,
knife.
Hang tight. Before you do anything, let me take her hobbles off.
Yep. Yeah.
It's all you, Jamie. Anyway, we want to try to ride her in a snaffle bit today. If we can get it today, good. If not, fine. We're not going to get in a hurry about it.
Yeah, it goes in the corner right there, so she doesn't. If she grabs her ass, she doesn't scoot up in there, and just spin it around so that the bend goes in. There you go.
I was thinking that wasn't a square yesterday.
That's good. Perfect.
Smart. I want to say something about what Cliff's done with her. So what just happened there, she saw Jamie move that panel. She was trying, I'll take that from you. She was trying to look for the answer. She went to him, she just came to me, but then she just softened down. That's what Cliff and Tap have been doing, is putting pressure on her and come into that pressure to get your release, to get soft. That has nothing to do with what I've done. That's good groundwork.
We leave it and go directly at him.
Yep. I'm brave, but I'm not stupid. Me quit talking? Oh, whatever. Your memories of what?
Well, I didn't bump her around. It's time to kind of grow up. So just go jip around for a minute. And
yeah,
the way she bucked to me was just balance. Oh, I feel it. The stirrup bumped me. No big deal.
Yeah.
It didn't cost us anything.
The first 2 rides, you spent a good 5 to 10 minutes prepping her. So she got no prep. So the fact that she wants to buck around a little bit,
that's fine.
That's fine. We don't care. I dig it.
So one of the biggest things I look for in my horses, and what kind of tells me what my next step is I'm looking for rhythm in their movement. How do we get a horse rhythmic? We start by being rhythmic ourselves. If we offer the horse rhythm, they'll follow our lead and they'll become more rhythmic. And what I mean by that is if you notice how Brett and I move around, how I use my flag, everything has a rhythm to it. The energy goes up, the energy comes down. We're adjusting it, but there's always a baseline of kind of calm, laid back, no pressure. And to always return back to that, the horse starts to learn that same kind of rhythmic up and down in their energy. But if we offer rhythm, the horse becomes rhythmic. Through rhythm, the horse finds relaxation. When they get rhythmic, they usually get balance, they get a cadence in their feet, and that relaxes them. Rhythm and relaxation together leads to understanding.
Just to add to that, Cliff was talking about the way we walk around, the way we use our movement, our rhythm, stuff like that. If you also want to watch us, and I hope you do, he and I are communicating 100% of the time. And sometimes we just made a communication right there that probably nobody saw, but both of us saw it. Part of it's with our eyes, part of it's with our body, and once in a while, one of us will say something to the other. But it's just being aware of what you're doing and where you're at. There it is. And then she can start to learn that rhythm too. Oh, Mom. Cliff, explain what's going on here.
So I felt like, and Brett felt like, she'd moved out to a point where she was pretty rhythmic. And like, the trick with these horses is that you want to take the edge off, but you don't want to get them so tired that they're cranky about working or they don't feel good about working. And the young ones run out of gas pretty quick. So we said, well, she got the kinks out of her tail. She looks good. She's rhythmic. Let's go ahead and put a snaffle on her, and we're going to tie her around to her tail a little bit. We're going to check her out essentially in the snaffle. Some work has been done in the snaffle. I did not do it. I know the girl that did it, and I can vouch for her. But still, we want to check her work and make sure this mare's ready to go on in the snaffle.
Remember the online conversation we had about putting the wrong ear in the head saw first? Ever since then, that's been like 2 years ago. Every time I bridle a horse,
I think of it every time.
And that was dumb.
Yeah. Which one do you catch first?
I do it the opposite of the way I was taught. I was taught to do the right ear first and go.
I was too.
Forward with it. I do it the opposite way. I do the left ear first and I go backwards with it. And I feel my Uncle Troy whip me up beside the back of the head every time I do it.
Yeah. Maynard.
Yeah. What we're gonna do is, and this is not gonna take very long, I just wanna make sure before I put any pressure on, before I tie anything around, before I do anything, I just wanna make sure she's aware, and I'm positive that she is, but she's aware that she's packing that snaffle bit around. And so I've just tied everything up. I'm not even gonna ask Cliff to chase her around or anything like that, unless she doesn't untrack, which she might not. I just want her to know she can move. Oh yeah, you give me a silly face. I just want her to know she can move with that on. Cool, it's there. That's all I needed out of her. Oh, Mom. So here's the tail tying deal. And this catches some flack from time to time.
Freaks people out, and there's really,
It freaks
I
people
don't
out
see the
'cause
downside to it.
I don't either, and I've never had anything go wrong. But it looks scary. But to me, this is part of my deal. This is part of what I do.
So right there, he kind of asked her permission to get a hold of her tail there. He picked it up and he waited for her to just acknowledge it and kind of move her mouth, put her eye back, soften her neck. Yeah.
Anybody that's interested in this is once you figured out the dead simplest knot in the world, that I can show it to you. And if it takes you a while to figure it out, that's fine. It took me a long time to figure out. What we're going with here is that when you saw me pick her tail up and pull on it, she pulled back against me. A horse is always going to pull against their tail. And so all we're doing, and the work has been done, obviously it's been done and it's been done right. All we're doing here is just showing her, hey, can I pull on you? Will you give to this? The reason I do it to the tail is they'll learn, if I tie it to the saddle or anywhere else, they will learn to lean on it, on that tail.
I also find that, and especially in the beginning, bending them in the beginning, it's a lot more natural and less pressured bend to bend around toward their tail rather than to like bend to their cinch or stirrup or
or hind leg or whatever. And then there's the one more added advantage is you got some stuff going on back there.
Yep.
And so stuff's touching their hind legs and this and that. So we see if they're gonna lose their mind, if they're gonna panic. She's not gonna. She says, I know how to do this.
And I'll go one step further. I'll move them around like that. I'll push their hips out. I'll bring their eye across and kind of just get them to
I normally will too, and I'm glad you brought that up. I normally will. I saw what I needed to see.
But she's had the work.
And kind of jumped ahead.
Yep.
But on this other side, let's go ahead and do that. And I don't know about you, people have asked me, like, to what end?
When it feels good.
When it feels good.
When they quit pulling on it.
Yeah.
When they slow their feet down and get
I look for when they find their feet, And when they get square.
Yeah, like when I can push the hip around and they just step the hip around, and then I kind of step back and I bring my flag to their eye and they'll kind of rock back and step their shoulders over, that tells me they're ready.
This is her funny side, right?
Usually the left.
Oh, was it?
She's real heavy and bracy on the left. She's a lot softer on the right.
I've done this so much, I can tie this knot while I'm walking around.
Me too.
And not get dizzy, and I can pull it off. The reason I'm not doing it is because I once you learn how to tie it, everybody else can do it. But I want to show everybody when it doesn't work 100% correct, that's what I do is I just stick with it. I just stay here. I can tie this knot right now, but I'm just going to stay with her.
It's just handling one more part of their body that most people overlook.
I was about to say the same thing. It's about like the hobbling and everything else we were talking about. If this all goes awry, all I have to do is let go.
Yeah.
Awry, that makes me think of F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yes, catcher.
Do you remember that stupid movie with the teddy bear?
Ted, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
I remember that.
And there's times when you just gotta hang out.
Just
there
wait.
We go. And right there, that release, that's all the more release you need. As I just pause, scratch your neck. They only need a second, 2
Just
seconds.
register. I always think of the horse's mind like a snow globe. The more you stir it up, the harder it is to see anything. It just kind of becomes a blur. So you've got to let things settle a little bit for it to make sense and for, to be able to really see what's there. And that's kind of what my mindset is with the horse, is that when they get a little stirred up, it's like shaking up that snow globe. And when they get it right and something comes together, just stop for a second and let the snow globe settle.
I like that. That's a good analogy.
I think that's a great analogy too. I want to add to that, to all of it, where I was going with they only need just a moment of release. A really good cutting horse trainer one time told me, he said, man, you don't need to spend all that time petting them and giving them this super big release and whatever. He said, it's fine the first 5, 6, 7 rides. But he said, once they know what the release is, they need 2 seconds. Just stop. And that's done a bunch for my program.
Well, what's interesting there is according to some of the research that Dr. Steve Peters is a neurologist that now studies horse brains. He was a human neurologist, now he studies horse brains. He's not really a horseman, but he understands the science. But he was saying that the more we present horses with problems and then step back and allow the horses to solve them, the more it develops neural passageways in the horse's brain. Therefore, the horse actually, they learn to problem solve better, and they learn that, like Brett said, the releases can become shorter and shorter, but he knows what it means. He understands it. It doesn't take him long to find the release. So you can drop your reins for a moment, and that horse goes, boom, I know what this is, because he's preconditioned for that.
What we just did right there while you were talking illustrates exactly what Cliff was talking about. The problem was I tied her head to her tail. She figured that out. Cliff made her move a little bit. She figured that out. I stepped up to untie it, thereby creating a new problem because I was putting pressure in the way, and she had to then figure that problem out. And so I didn't retreat, I didn't advance, I didn't do anything, I just stood there. And then she finally figured out, oh, I can just stop.
So it brings up a really good thing. I talk a lot about exposure versus training. You could create a really good horse strictly through exposure, but I don't believe you can make an all-around, well-rounded, happy horse with training alone. It's like if you're in an arena and you're just training, the horse will learn all the things, but he won't really learn how to manage emotions. He won't really learn how to kind of have that emotional elasticity. And the confidence isn't the same because they'll only be confident based on their environment. So once you get them out of the arena or into a more busy area or something like that, that horse doesn't know how to manage that. But for the horses that have had exposure, they go places, they do different things. Shoot, sometimes I just load colts on the trailer and take them to Walmart and just park in the parking lot while I go get what I need or whatever. And that exposure, it's like little bricks in the wall that just starts adding up. And that I believe the exposure is what really makes these horses.
I love the idea and I love what you're talking about. Can we argue it the other way too, that just training doesn't work, but just exposure doesn't work either?
Right. And I would say that training while you're exposed, like a ranch horse, say.
Right.
Ranch horses don't spend much time in the arena. They just go use them.
They just go to work.
But those horses are trained.
Exposed.
They're trained on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I look at it.
So the gal that did the snaffle bit work that's been done with this mare, Philly, has done a really good job. I don't like the fact that she's as busy with her mouth as she is. It's not going to change what I do. It's not going to change how I do it.
She had a noseband on her.
Pardon?
Noseband.
Yeah.
That's why because she's always had her in a noseband.
Right.
So the mare's become a little reliant, I think.
Yep. Kind of got a codependence deal there with that noseband. We call it a mouth shutter where I'm from.
Yep.
It's not going to change how I feel. It's not going to change what I do. It's not going to anything. But for me personally, what that would cause me to do is to put that bridle in her mouth and just go tie her to a fence and just let her play with it and lull it around. She's nowhere near broke enough for that bridle.
Nope.
But just let her lull it around and this and that. And what I want to do is I want to get that tongue conditioned to where it's submissive, so she can just keep her mouth quiet. I think I'm good. Make sure we got this. We got it. It's so hard for me to get on a colt without cheeking them, but she's actually big enough that my arms aren't quite long enough to cheek her. I'm up here, she knows I'm up here now. I'm gonna show her, make sure everything's good. She says, yeah, we've done this a few times. I'm good. Not every one of them can get advanced as fast as we're advancing her. Got stuck over here. You know, sometimes it's a lot slower than this. She's letting us do this, so we're taking advantage. I want to point out here too, with what I'm doing with my snaffle bit, there's a lot of these clinicians, colt riders, horsemen, this and that talk about always having the right hand position and this and that. One of the things I said is yeah, we're not ever supposed to pull on both reins with that snaffle bit, but I also said, but we're gonna. And so
it works.
I want to do it first chance I get, and especially now where everything's good, because when I'm gonna pull on both reins and do things wrong is when she gets in a fix, she gets a little troubled, I'm gonna get in a fix, I'm gonna get a little troubled, and I'm gonna pull on those reins. So I want her to be used to it right now. So she wants to kind of lean in there on tap. Only took me 2 laps to fix that, but She wanted to. I just picked up those reins and told her to act broke. That wasn't exactly mechanically correct, but I want her to know I can. Yep. Before I can go out there, I have to know that I can pull on her. She says, yeah, you can pull on me if you want. Ooh. There again, like, this goes back to what I was saying. I just pulled on both reins and I'm still pulling with both reins. I want to make sure I can. It's almost there. There. So I think here in another 3 or 4 minutes, after I've kind of walked around a little bit more and trotted around a little bit more, I think we can get away with going to the big pen, just following tap around, and then get the hell off of her. Yeah. No, not you. Don't.
You guys are good.
You guys are good. And in fact, the more of you that are horseback, that's
the
fine.
better. The more it'll make her feel good.
It's the horses tied to the fence that are well. It's just they're going to make me nervous because that's a wreck waiting to happen. And if I get nervous, she's going to get nervous. So
if they could just be held, even.
Yeah, they can be held or whatever. I just don't want a hard and fast knot.
I've been there before.
I never have, but I've seen it.
I had one hook. Yep.
Man, that trot's improved.
Yeah.
The departure's still a little rough, but.
That was really good there, Brett. Where she stepped off pretty big, most people would have caught her face there.
Well, and I think, well, we've got video evidence. I think those first 2 rides I probably did.
Yeah, but
I've just finally
survival.
got used to her. Hey, don't get hung up in there. That's a bad place to be. Hey, you don't want to be there. There we go. So that was a little bit of a pulling contest there. But the reason I kind of got in a pulling contest is I kind of had myself in a bad spot. And as long as I've got a hold of her, things are good. I will always sacrifice horsemanship for safety.
Yeah. Live to fight another day.
Right. Finally getting used to these stirrups.
Yeah.
Give me 2 or 3 laps getting hooked on.
Yep. What, just trot with her?
Just let me follow you. Use the tractor beam. So what I'm doing here is, she's used to it. She says, oh, that's fun. She's used to, and Cliff has taught her, that pressure comes from him and tap. I'm trying to show her that there's the release from him and tap. They know the way. We got a couple of lope strides right there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure about holding still.
Are you good?
Yeah. Time you get that gate open, I will be. this is a real important ride. She's only going to be nervous if I tell her to be.
Yep.
I've got 100% faith in the work that's been done. I've got 100% faith that Cliff will save my life if I need it. So I can be cool. If I get nervous, I'll make her real nervous.
Shit, if you get nervous, I'll get nervous.
And if you get nervous, it means Jesus is coming back.
That's right.
Watch out, Friday. Hang on, give me a second to catch up, Cliff. I was looking at the dog and I missed the cue. Let her go to work. Go to the middle. Whoop. So I just said whoops because I just missed. That whole stop was I missed. I wasn't there for her. She's trying to stay under me and she said, oh, I gotta fix this situation. So now I gotta show her everything's okay because we're just about to be done. Whoa.
She is cool. Oh, she's so fluid.
Ooh. So I kept pushing that. I kept pushing that until I got a full lap. She knew I wanted to stop. I'd already told her we were done. She thought right, that there's a good spot to stop. It's safe next to Cliff and Tap. I had to keep pushing on that and get a full lap until I did it right. We're gonna get a step back, we hope.
There you go.
As far as I know, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did the first ride Friday evening.
Yep.
Second, or Friday morning, second ride Friday or Saturday, whatever. Yeah, as far as I know, that's her third ride. And I want to emphasize, it doesn't always go that fast. You can't always push them that hard. This is an individual that let us go fast, let us push hard. But that's one of the secrets is when you got one that will let you go fast and push hard, then you should stop sooner. Mm-hmm. I want to do a whole bunch more.
Don't get greedy.
I know I can trot the other direction. I'm not going to trot the other direction. I'm almost positive I can lope some kind of pretty neat circles on her. Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to try. I could do that and everybody go, ooh, ah, but Cliff's got to take her home and ride her.
Yep.
I don't want to cause him a problem.
Okay, and I got one more question.
Sure.
What is wrong with them sitting there playing with the bit? Like my mule plays with that little ring.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
No, it just irritates me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And
If it doesn't irritate you, it's okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, one of the reasons that I'll discourage it is that later on it can become a thing. It becomes their anxiety. Like when they're anxious, they'll just chomp that and like. So if I can get that idea out of their head when it's exploratory and experimental, it usually won't come out then.
Well, and to add to that, with like these West Coast style bridles that have a roller in them, then we're wanting them to move that bridle around and to play with that cricket, and that's when we know they're relaxed. What she's doing is just chomping on this thing and just, and for 2 or 3 more rides, it's not the end of the world for me. Like you said with your mule, you've got some copper rings in there. They play with them, move them around. That's the point of those copper rings. With her, she's just chomping on it. It's an anxiety issue, and so that's where I'm looking at it. Is if she's showing me she's got some anxiety, I want to cure that.
How can you cure that?
What I was saying earlier.
My horse is doing the same thing. It's sitting there chomping on that,
Yeah.
grinding that bit the whole time.
So it's just that their mouth isn't very submissive, in the sense that, and when I use the term submissive, a lot of people get irritated with that. But the submissive is you will take the orders that you're given. So their mouth isn't very submissive, and so what I'll do is I'll just put more bit in their mouth.
That's good.
And I won't ride them in it, but I'll just tie them up and just let them hold it, bang it against the wall, and do whatever. Learn how it goes. I've taken before
You guys get home safe.
I had the
Good
ability
seeing y'all.
to buy the stuff I have. I took times and I would duct tape a sledgehammer
dimples.
handle to the curb strap, just so there was weight there. Just something to put, just something there that they have to pick up and hold.
Tap,
So
what are you doing?
that's what I do to get
you're
that
riding
tongue
in this
submissive.
class. I was going to
just
say,
put
if you wanted to sit
as
on
much
him
bit as
at
I
any
can
point
find
to
on
take
him.
pictures.
I tie him to the wall, and I forget about them. You know,
Yeah.
they'll stay all day.
Don't drop your
I
camera.
might do it 2 or 3 days in a row. I don't ride them until
It's a little hot.
they get like this, where her mouth's quiet and she's holding that bit. So yeah, if your horse is chomping with that bit a bunch, just leave him tied up. And you can do it with this little light snaffle, but just put something on his mouth and just tie him up. Anybody else? Anything else? Do you guys think, I want to put her away because she's being a gem, and I don't want to ruin what we fix. If anybody thinks of something in the next 2.5 minutes.
Today, or is that it for today?
Pardon?
Again today, or is that it for today?
I'm not going to get on her
She's
again.
had enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what will you do with her tomorrow?
Probably give her a day off
Okay.
and then ride her Tuesday, Wednesday.
Friday or Tuesday?
Yeah. Because she'll haul home tomorrow morning, and I'll
She'll be
probably
tired.
maybe a little groundwork or something, just kind of saddle her, move her around, unsaddle her.
And your ride Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be super low pressure. What we did today was pretty high pressure. Your ride Tuesday, Wednesday,
I'll go back to the
you're just going to sit on her and just,
she'll be fine.
yeah. She could actually even take high pressure, but
Yeah.
And will Lindsay ride her after this? Like,
Probably by either that, or I'll have her drive her and do some stuff, and then when I go back on the way back from the next road trip in like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I'll put another like 3 days and then get her on. She's pretty good. Like if she can see me walk, trot, and lope him around, she'll ride him.
yeah.
let me add to that about having Lindsay ride her, and I don't know Lindsay at all. I can tell she's pretty handy, but if it's a situation where we need the owner to ride them or do this or that or whatever, if they don't have the confidence level where they can keep everything
And
together,
they can't ride them.
I don't care how broke they are. I'm not gonna let you ride it yet.
Yeah.
You know,
It's too much of a risk.
it's just you ruin all your work. Amy can vouch for. There's been a lot of times where I've handed her a horse and said, "Start stumping colts on him," and they've got 25 rides or something like that, and she trusts me. She says, "If you say it'll work, it'll work."
That's how it is with Lindsay. I've worked with her for
Right.
9-10 years now.
If we didn't have that trust together, though, it wouldn't work.
Right.
And that's something that Cliff and I have together too. He said, "Get on her and ride her." I'll get on anything Cliff tells me to get on, because I know he's not gonna do me wrong. If he does, he has to raise my kids. But yeah, you
Twist will be easy.
Yeah.
I understand that critter.
He's yeah, well,
Yeah.
But like you said, you've been working with Lindsay for 9 years or something like that. And so
we do.
You know what she can do. She knows
we were talking
what
about
you're
the
going
other
to
day.
produce.
We average like 15 to 20 a year that I do with her
That's a lot
every
of-
year
that's
for
a lot of
9
colts.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of colts. So I like as long as I tell her it'll be fine, do this, and this, she'll do exactly that, and it'll be. It's been for 9 years. It's been fine.
Yeah.
Not one thing.
And is this when she's preparing for someone, or?
Yeah, this one will stay with her longer term though. That's why she was so like. We could have really strung this mare out, but she's really excited to ride her and get her going, and like it's probably going to be one of the next big show horses. So she's like, just take her, she's like, if we can get extra days on her that way, let's do it.
I also think she's going to be the next big show horse.
Oh yeah.
The way she moves is just.
And I feel like you gave her such a good, honest.
Yeah. And she had a good 3 days with me of getting through the rough stuff. We got through all that, and then we're able to come, and it's kind of like good cop, bad cop, we got through all the Wild West stuff, and then we kind of dialed things down and got her feeling good.
One last thing to add to that, she's getting antsy enough I need to unsaddle her. One last thing to add to that, the good, honest start deal, we could have done some stuff that you guys would tell your grandkids about and be TikTok clickbait and everything like that. She offered it to us. We could have done some great stuff that was a lot more exciting than what we did. We didn't because
just gave her what she needed.
We actually care.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to thank the subscribers of our Patreon channel. The patrons, that's Patron where I'm from, give us the opportunity to bring these videos to you all. Without them, this channel wouldn't be possible. Join us over on Patreon for more in-depth lessons and step-by-step instruction on everything from gear to theory, riding everything from colts to bridle horses, the circus pole, and husbandry. We'd love to see you all over there.